Hi, guys and gals. Al Smith here. Today, we're going to go through the last lesson in the course in related to when your partner opens one heart for one spade in third and fourth seat. What we're going to talk about today is the Responder Ambiguous Splinter. It doesn't come up a whole bunch, but it's a powerful tool that you can put in your toolkit. And it complements everything else that we've learned so far. All right, let's look first at the responder bids after your partner opens one heart or in third or fourth seat. Okay, here are the bids which we previously discussed before. Okay, nothing unusual here. You've got two clubs initiating jury. If you bid two diamonds after your partner opens one heart, it says, hey, I've got less than or equal to two hearts, 5 plus diamonds. One thing to note here, that if you bid, make a jump bid in spades or clubs or diamonds, you're saying you've got a 6 plus card rebiddable suit with 10 to 11 lane points. Okay, that's the way that you tell your partner that you've got a good suit after you've passed. Okay, so that's what we've learned and are using up to this particular point. Let's see what changes when we add the ambiguous splinter. Well, the only thing that changes is now we're going to use the two no trump bid to indicate that we've got a 4 plus card bid in the trump suit, in this case hearts, and that we have a singleton or a void. Okay, we're not telling our partner what it is, just that we have one. And you go, well, why do you want to do that? Well, if you really don't have any idea how strong your partner's hand is, that they open one heart in third or fourth seat. They could have a huge hand, okay? And you could have the perfect cards so that you could actually make game, a small slam, or even a grand slam. So this is a way of describing your hand to your partner, the opener, so the opener can decide what level the contract should be at and where it should be at. So it gets initiated by bidding two no trump. And of course, because that's an artificial bid, the opener will alert it. Go, what is it? And it says, well, it's an ambiguous splinter. It says he's got 4 plus card support, 10 plus points, and he's got a singleton or void somewhere. All right. Now let's look at the same thing as it relates to spades, just so we're all on the same sheet of music. Okay. It's basically exactly the same. We're going to use two no trump again to indicate an ambiguous splinter. So if your partner opens third or fourth seat, one heart, and then the responder bids two no trump, that says that's an ambiguous splinter. If it's one spade, two no trump, that's an ambiguous splinter. It says, hey, partner, I've got 10 plus points, 4 plus card support, and a singleton or void somewhere. Now, how do we make use of that information? How does the opener make use of that information? Well, if the opener rebids the major at the 3 level, goes 3 hearts or 3 spades, it says, I don't have any interest in game. I don't have any interest in slam. I want to sign off and play the contract of 3 of the major. All other bids are game forcing. Okay, in essence, the responder is saying, the opener is saying, I've got sufficient points that we're going to go to game somewhere. Now, all right, now, so how do we actually take advantage of the ambiguous splinter? Well, if the opener wants to know where the singleton or void is exactly, they're going to bid 3 clubs. Okay, they bid 3 clubs. It's where is your singleton or void? Okay, now if the trump suit is hearts, the responder will then bid 3 diamonds if the singleton or void is in diamonds, 3 hearts if the singleton or void is in clubs. Notice that hearts, bidding the major indicates that the singleton or void is in the lowest ranking suit, which you can't represent because the opener bid 3 clubs is always going to be the singleton or void. So hearts equals a singleton or void in clubs. And 3 spades says, I've got a singleton or void in spades. So diamonds is diamonds, spades is spades, and hearts is clubs. Makes it a little bit of a memory test. Okay, and if it's spades, everything is much more logical because now we can go diamonds is diamonds, hearts is hearts, and spades again is clubs. So when we bid the major, it indicates clubs. So this is how we tell our partner where our singleton or void is. Okay, now note that once you've told your partner where the singleton or void is, if you get into control bidding, because there's the interest in the slam, rebidding the suit that you've indicated a singleton or void in says that it is a void. Okay, so that's how you further extend the amount of information you're communicating. Okay, now opener is going to be the captain, and will either bid 3 no trump or the major or something else. To any other bid will be a control bid investigating slam. Let's take a look at a couple examples. Okay, in this first example, our partner has opened 1 heart in 3rd seat. And what do we got? We've got 13 distribution points. We've got 10 high card points and 3 for the singleton spade. All right, now what do we want to tell our partner? Well, we want to tell our partner, 1, that we've got a fit in hearts, and 2, that we've got 10 plus points, and 3, that we've got a singleton or a void. So what are we going to do? We're going to bid 2 no trump. And that says, hey, partner, I've got those 3 characteristics: 4 hearts, 10 plus distribution points, and a singleton or a void in spades. A singleton or void. Note, it doesn't say where the singleton or void is. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, in this one, we have 4 high card points, 5 for the void. That gives us 9. All right, now notice, we've got 4 hearts also. We've got a void in diamonds. All right, but we've only got 9 distribution points. Okay, we're not strong enough to tell our partner about this. So what we're going to do, it's too weak. What we're going to do is simply bid 2 hearts. That says to the partner, we've got 6 to 9 distribution points and 3 plus hearts. Okay, so if the opener is strong enough, they'll continue to investigate whether they should be in game or somewhere else. Okay, so remember, it's really important to describe your hand as exactly as possible and to tell the truth. Don't lie to your partner if you can. All right, let's look at this other example here. Here, we've got 10 plus points, 10 high card points, and 1 distribution point for the doubleton club. All right, what are we going to do here? We've got 4 spades. Hey, can we, but we do not have any shortness. So what are we going to do? All right, from last week, what we're going to do is we're going to initiate the Drury convention by bidding 2 clubs, indicating we've got 3 plus card support in the trump suit, 10 plus point. Now, note, because we're going to use the ambiguous splinter, it also denies having a singleton or void. Okay, you see how those 2 things marry together so you can give a more exact description of your hand. All right, let's look at some examples where of how the opener asks where is the shortness and what it is. Okay, so let's look at this first example. The bidding has been 1 heart by the 3rd seat. The opener bids 2 no, the responder bids 2 no trump, saying, hey, I've got 4 plus hearts, 10 plus distribution points, and a singleton or a void somewhere. And the opener bids 3 clubs. 3 clubs, remember, says, where is it? Okay, so what are we going to do? Well, we've got the 13 distribution points. We've got the singleton or void. So what we're going to do, because the singleton or void is in spades, which is higher than the the agreed to trump suit, we're going to bid 3 spades. Notice that in essence, asking for where it is makes the asking where the singleton or void is, bidding 3 clubs, creates a game forcing situation. You've got to be willing and prepared to go to game if your partner bids 3 spades, saying their singleton or void is in spades. So you've got to look ahead and evaluate your hand and make that judgment call if you're on the borderline, whether you want to ask where it is or not. Okay. Now, obviously, if a singleton or void in spades would not help you at all, okay, and would create the situation where you'd want to be at 3 hearts, don't ask. All right, let's take a look at another example here. Same auction, and the opener has decided they want to know where it's at. Okay, so again, they bid three clubs, and in this case, because we have a void in diamonds, we bid 3 diamonds. Diamonds in this case is going to show a single of void in diamonds. Now, remember, if we get into control bidding and so forth, and we did bid diamonds later, but we're saying that we have a void. Right now, by bidding 3 diamonds, it says I've got 3, it's a singleton or a void. Now, some people actually play this, they jump to 4 diamonds to show a void and 3 diamonds to show a singleton. I prefer doing it this way. It allows the opener then to start communicating to better describe their hand by initiating control bids at a lower level. All right, the last example here is in a partner opens 1 spade and 3rd seat. The responder says, hey, I've got the requirement. I meet the requirements for an ambiguous splinter and bids 2 no trump. And the opener comes back and says, hey, where is your singleton or a void? Okay, and in this one, we've got the requisite requirements. And so how are we going to tell our partner that we have a singleton or a void in clubs? And notice that singleton or void can be an ace. Okay, not normal. We still want to describe as accurately as possible the shape of our hand to our partner. So, well, how do we do that? Well, how we do that is we rebid the major, and the major always points to clubs. Okay, so you can see how useful this can be in exploring game and exploring slam, even as a passed hand. You get these unusual hands where you've got a singleton and void, you've got a great fit with your partner, you got 10 to 11 points. Don't just assume that you're going to either be at the 3 or the 4 level, because you may actually have a great opportunity for a small slam, and in unusual circumstances, a grand slam. Thank you very much for attending the lesson today. I hope you have a great time and that every once in a while you get the opportunity to use this convention.